What's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you another alumni team build. This one is the Erie Otters. Had a bunch of people asking for this team after I did the Spitfires last year. Obviously, Connor McDavid was an Erie Otter, and the teams around McDavid were just absolutely stacked. Also, Dylan Strome to Brinkat were Otters, and I figured with them reuniting in Chicago, now would be a perfect time to do this team. And for this, guys, we're actually going to sub out the Carolina Hurricanes. Reason being, I want Erie in the Metro so they can kind of be rivals with Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, the other two Pennsylvania teams. If you guys didn't know, Erie is actually right on Lake Erie, hence the name in northern Pennsylvania. So actually, I could take like a boat across the lake from where I live to Erie, which is kind of cool. As you can see there, top players, Connor McDavid, Ryan O'Reilly, and Alex DeBrincat. So this team does have a lot of good forwards. Defense and goaltending, though, not so good. Another thing I want to mention, too, we have a very low player salary. As you can see there, $61.5 million. Aside from like McDavid and O'Reilly, pretty much everyone's an entry-level deal. Carolina was actually an 89 overall team, same as Philly, New York, and New Jersey. Obviously, Philly's going to be like a rival of ours, and I figured we'll just leave the New York teams and take out Carolina. Not the highest rated team, as you can see there, 84 overall. A lot of people always say like, oh, do this team and do that team. And a lot of teams that are suggested can't even fill out a 20-man roster. Erie, with all the good players they have, is still only 84 overall. And as always, guys, just going to leave on the salary cap and computer trades. Although we won't be making any trades. If the computers want to, they can. And we're also using the most authentic sightings possible. So skills superstar, period length 20 minutes, and game style full sim. And I'll show you guys a team. Like I said before, only 84 overall. So makes sense the team stats there is rebuilder. But we do have a couple superstars on this team. So maybe some way we can squeak into the playoffs. As you can see here, pretty sick forward group. We definitely have good forwards. Just everything else isn't the greatest. So first line here, you have Dylan Strome, Connor McDavid, and Alex DeBrincat. Obviously, like I mentioned before, DeBrincat and Strome reunited in real life, and then all three of these guys actually play on the same team. Obviously, just an absolutely stacked Erie Otters team, so why not just play them all on the first line together? Strome here has medium elite potential, so I'm really hoping playing with McDavid and DeBrincat, getting first line minutes, he can grow really fast for us. I'd love for him to be like an 83 by the end of the season. We basically need him to be that high if we're going to make the playoffs. And of course, we'll be relying heavily on McDavid. If you thought it was hard to carry the Oilers, this is going to be even tougher, but luckily, 94 overall, franchise potential. Maybe he can get it done. DeBrincat, very good player too, 84 overall there, medium top 6. He could be like an 86 by the end of the season, especially playing on McDavid's wing. Second line here, you have Connor Brown, Ryan O'Reilly, and Andre Burakovsky. So honestly, a pretty solid second line there. Burakovsky's medium top 6. We can keep growing. O'Reilly, 88 overall, one of the best defensive centers in the game. As you can see there, 91 D awareness, 88 faceoffs, 88 shot block, 91 stick check. Like, he's going to do it all for us. Plus, he can score. Like, real life right now, I think he's got over a point per game. Good hands, good shot. So, a very good second-line center behind McDavid. Not the fastest, but McDavid's speed will make up for that. And then, of course, you have Connor Brown here. Pretty solid player in his own right. One thing that's actually kind of interesting, you guys might not know. Being a Spitfire fan, I do know. O'Reilly was actually picked first overall in the OHL draft by the Otters back in the 07 draft. Second overall was Taylor Hall. So, I always thought that was kind of funny. They passed on Taylor Hall, who, of course, went first overall in the NHL. They've actually got a lot of top picks. McDavid obviously was first overall in the OHL draft. And I always thought that Strome also went first overall the year after McDavid, but as it turns out, he actually went second behind Konechny. So still a ton of top picks there. Like I was saying before, most of this team is like the McDavid era. And then third line here, you guys, you have Foegele, Cirelli, and Ellie. So not too bad of a third line. Ellie here, medium top 9. Cirelli has high top 9, and then Foegele's also got medium top 9. And Foegele just got a big rating boost, so that definitely helps us out. And then fourth line here, again, for fourth line, it's not terrible. Jordan Nolan, Brendan Gaunce, and Nicholas Baptiste. So Baptiste there, medium top 9, can still grow. Gaunce has medium bottom 6. Nolan can no longer grow, but at least like majority of this team can get better. So hopefully they're getting minutes, they're getting better. We really need them to grow during the season to have any chance. So like I was saying, the forwards are pretty solid. The defense, not so much. Travis Dermott is our #1 defenseman. I like him. I think he's a good player. He's not #1 D-man, though. At least not yet. So, relying heavily on him on the defense. Top pair there is Dermott and Pelech. So, I mean, Pelech has low top 6. Dermott's got medium top 4. I really need those guys to grow. Second pair there, you have McDermott and Cernak. So, I mean, it just kind of shows you how big of a drop-off there is. McDermott, medium top 6. He's got to get to like a 78. Cernak here, I think he just made it to the NHL, joining Tampa. Medium top 6. It's going to be tough. Bottom pair here, you have Radish and Kolyakovo. I actually wasn't even sure if Kolyakovo was in the game, but luckily he was still in free agency as we honestly needed him. Also checked on Brad Boyes and Tim Connolly, both former Erie Otter alumni, but no longer in the game. So like I was saying, that's the bottom pair there. Roll, minor top 4, potential 7th Ds, not great. Darren Radish, I thought he was actually a bit better than that, but it's whatever. Speaking of Darren Radish too, we also have his brother Taylor Radish, but only 69 overall, so doesn't quite make the forward group. But figured I'd keep him on the team just as like moral support. And then goalies here, our starter is Oscar Dansk, 74 overall. Obviously, he won a bunch of games with Vegas last year, so even though he's low rated, maybe somehow this team can find a way to win with him. Backing him up here is Yaroslav Janis. I think he's playing in the Czech League right now. I had to do some research to find this guy, get them a backup goalie. Apparently he was actually pretty solid with Erie, just never quite panned out into like an NHL goalie or anything. I think the highest level he played was AHL, I want to say. So he's 28 years old. He can't grow. Luckily, he's only the backup. Hopefully, Dansk plays most of the time as he's 24. So if he plays somewhat good, I think he could get to maybe a 78. Speaking of like relying heavily on players, I'll show you guys the special teams. So our first power play unit, honestly, is pretty solid. DeBrincat, O'Reilly, Strome, McDavid, Dermott. I have O'Reilly playing center just because he does have those really good faceoffs there at 88. And then McDavid on the point. Hopefully that works out. Also trying to give Strome a ton of ice time as he has medium league potential. I feel like he could definitely be the biggest growth of everybody. Second power play unit there isn't too bad. Four-man power play again. Just our best players. I actually have two forwards on each D pair just because our D is so bad. Might as well. Penalty kill here. McDavid and O'Reilly are on that. They're on every special team. Like, they're so much better than everyone else on the team. We're relying quite heavily on them. Same goes, of course, for the three-man penalty kill. My strategy, honestly, is to have, like, McDavid or O'Reilly on the ice 90% of the time, because if not, I don't think this team is going to win many games. Another crazy thing with the Otters, guys, that they were actually never able to make the World Cup final, even with McDavid. It wasn't until 2 years after he got drafted in 2017 they finally made it to the final. That team, though, was absolutely stacked. The first line was, like, DeBrincat, Strome, and Radish, all averaging, like, 2 points a night. Absolutely unreal. And, that World Cup was played in Windsor, and I don't think Otters fans were really happy with the outcome, but I know I was. Also, I'll show you guys kind of the jerseys I'm using for this. Unfortunately, you can't use any of the CHL logos to make a custom team, so that's why we're just rocking this O right now, which honestly, I don't think looks too bad. I went with like the new jersey look, so it just says Erie Otters, pretty simple. So we have an O there, which again, I don't think looks too bad. So there's the home jersey. Pretty similar to what they actually are rocking. And then, of course, we have the away here. Again, I think it's pretty good considering what we had to work with. And the O honestly doesn't look too bad. Like, they might end up rocking that. Really hoping that O doesn't stand for the amount of games we're going to win this year. It's going to be very interesting to see kind of how this team does. Also, as you guys can see there, individual stats. We have 83 offense, 82 defense, 74 goaltending. Not sure how our offense is only one higher than the defense. I thought our offense would be like mid to high 80. And then defense would be kind of where it's at, and goalie would be where it's at. Also, guys, want to show you the captaincies for this team. Basically, it's just the best players wearing letters. So, McDavid obviously rocking the C, and then O'Reilly and DeBrincat are the two alternates. Anyway, guys, we're going to get into the sim now. See how this team does. Honestly, if they make the playoffs, it's going to be an absolute miracle. So, let's find out if miracles can happen. Check this out, guys. Florida's offering us Mike Hoffman for a second and a third. Obviously, we're not going to change the team up, but that would definitely help us out. And check this out, guys. After I rejected that trade, we're actually 5-5-1 to start the year, so not too bad. We were 5-3-1, and then I wanted to show you guys our record, and we lost 7-0 to the Sharks, and have actually lost 3 straight. So I'll just stop talking, and maybe we'll start winning again. And we're at the trade deadline here, guys. As you can see, not doing so great. Record there, 23-31-8. Honestly, could be worse. For sure, like, our best time was at the start. We were like 4-2-1, then 5-3-1, right when I wanted to show you guys our record after the Hoffman trade, then just started losing. You can see lots of losing streaks, although in January it looked like we might have a chance to get to 500. Had 3 straight wins there, lost to the Rangers, then 3 more straight wins. Unfortunately, after winning 6 of 7, we then went on a 7-game losing streak to basically just undo everything that just happened. So we will check right now and see where we are in the standings. Honestly, our goal is just to not finish last. The Michigan team finished last. We're trying to outdo that. Flyers right now, 57 points. They're not looking too good. We're only 3 points back of them to not even be last in the division. Ottawa's at 49, Florida 51. So there's a chance we don't get last here, which would be like our goal. Our goal, I think, is not finish last and win the lottery still. So we're not the worst team, but then we still get that first pick. McDavid right now is doing everything he can. 60 points there in 62 games. So we'll keep simming. Again, playoffs are pretty much out of sight, but let's just not be the worst team in the league.
12 seconds later.
We're not in the playoffs. Record there, 28, 45, and 9. I think that's like 65 points. After the deadline, we actually won our first game against the Blues, and then we lost 9 straight. So I think this team wants the first overall pick. They know they can't win right now, so they're trying to get Jack Hughes. We actually put together some wins there late March. Big 12-3 loss to the Devils, second last game of the year, then 7-5 to the Flyers. and they were doing worse than us, or they were just slightly better than us. As you can see there, they definitely have that better record. So we'll see whether or not we're last. Of course, that's our only goal. Just don't be last. And it doesn't look like we might have gotten that. Yeah, 65 points, 11 behind the Flyers in our division. McDavid, though, 82 points in 82 games. Very solid season for him. Again, it looks like, he was doing everything he could. Didn't grow in rating, though, but still commendable. DeBrincat there, 75 points. Did not grow in rating either. At least sometimes doesn't happen till the summer. O'Reilly there, 73 points. Burakovsky, 51. Connor Brown almost put up 50 points. That's solid. Cirelli, 41. Strom here has 34. Didn't grow at all either. So, I mean, maybe all the growth can happen this summer. Like, I feel DeBrincat, 75-point season. He's definitely growing from an 84. But plus minus there, you can see, is not very good. But in terms of production, like, offensive production wasn't too bad. We knew our weak spot. It was defense and goaltending. So, speaking of, we'll see Oscar Dansk's stats here. Nedeljkovic got called up from the AHL. I don't know how that happened. The assistant coach must have done that. Oh, well. Doesn't really add up either. Or 93 games played, so they got pulled quite a bit, I guess, what we're seeing here. Dan still had 53 games played, so much more. Not a bad record either. 19 and 25. 5 OT losses there, 1 shutout. He had just better stats in terms of save percentage and goals against, and his rating's lower, so whatever. We'll call Nedeljkovic like an honorary Erie Otter here, I guess. I'll check the leading scorers here now for the entire league as well. 82 points probably doesn't do it for McDavid, but maybe they give him MVP. They see how bad this team is. They feel bad. McKinnon there actually went off. Then goes Kane, McDavid, Rantanen. So, I mean, not too bad. McDavid gets 3rd in scoring. And now we're going to check and see where we finish in the entire league. Like I said, just 1 goal. Don't finish last. Nashville there, 1st place. They're usually actually really bad in the first year sim. Maybe with the new roster update, somehow they're good again. Come on. We want to see our team at 30. And we did finish last. 10 points behind Florida. Those 9 trade losses in March after the trade deadline absolutely killed us. I actually want to take a quick look and see if this team did better than Michigan or not.
A few moments later.
So this is kind of crazy, guys. The Michigan Alumni team finished with 64 points, 1 below the Erie Otters Alumni. Obviously, both finished dead last, but Erie Otters beat them out by a point. I mean, let's see here. Our point percentage there, not even at 40. It's just embarrassing. Goals for, we're not last, though. 230 goals for. So we're like 10th or something in goals for. Like I said, our offense wasn't that bad. Goals against, though, we have to be the highest. Yeah, we're the highest by quite a bit. That defense, that goaltending. Averaged almost 3 goals a game, but let in almost 4 goals a game. So that'd be why we're losing. Power play goals, 46. Again, top 10 in the league. So we have a top 10 offense. Our defense and goaltending, though, are both just dead last. So we'll send through the playoffs now and see if maybe somehow we got an award or 2. And check this out, guys. Not only do we finish last, we also don't win any of the lotteries. Buffalo there picking 1st overall back-to-back years via St. Louis. There's a chance St. Louis could pick 1st overall, but that trade is actually lottery protected. I remember when it went down 2, I was thinking, like, it's probably smart to do that, but I doubt it's ever going to matter because I thought St. Louis was going to be so good this year. It's a good thing they lottery protected that pick. I don't know what's going on with them. Devils there 2nd, Philly 3rd. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. This team, it's like, get last, can't even win the draft lottery. And I'll show you guys the awards. As you can see here, the Colorado Avalanche are Stanley Cup champion. Honestly, I'd be surprised to see that happen this year. Obviously, they have a crazy offense with that first line, but I still think they're lacking a lot of depth. President's Trophy there we know is Nashville, and Colorado beat the Washington Capitals there in the Stanley Cup final. So McKinnon had the Art Ross and the Hart. James Norris there goes to Carlson. Patty Kane gets Lady Bing. Peterson there, Calder, McKinnon, Conn Smythe, Rene with the Vezina, and the William Jennings. Pellich, though, gets the Bill Masterson. So I think what this trophy might be is like a defenseman on the worst team or something like that. Like, that's why they get the sportsmanship thing, because like they're on the worst team. So maybe a top pairing D-man on the worst team, or like I got a defenseman that doesn't put up a lot of points on the worst team. I don't know. O'Reilly, though, gets the Selke. Just realized it's not our Ryan O'Reilly, though. It's T. O'Reilly on the Blues. Jeez, Ted Lindsay, there goes McKinnon, and the Maurice Richard. So McKinnon just went off. I mean, with the new roster update, too, just makes the Colorado Avalanche first line so stacked. So we did get 1 award. We got the Sportsmanship Award. We showed up. We played hard, even though we didn't do too good. Also, guys, because we weren't seeing any growth at the end of the season, I decided to sim through the entire summer to see how our players grew, as a lot of them did have very good years. So McDavid here's now 95. He's up 1. I noticed, too, he's making $15.8 million because our team salary cap was so low before. They, like, bumped him all up. Same goes to O'Reilly, 11.2. He's also up 1 in 89. DeBrincat there up 2 in 86. Same goes for Burakovsky, now 83. Dermot's an 83. Strom's an 82, so he grew by 4. Brown grew 1. Sorelli, I think, grew 3. Baptiste, was he a 75 or 77? I forget, but he grew either way. Same goes for Ellie, Fogel. I think like the entire team grew, honestly. Pelich maybe didn't. He might have already been a 78. Gaunt stayed 77. McDermott went up a bit. Cernak went up like 5 from a 71 to a 76. Nolan stayed the same. Koliakovo stayed the same or grew 1. And then Radish there, I think, also stayed the same. But overall, like a lot of growth for a last place team, which I guess if you're a building team, that's kind of what you want. I noticed too, I just also in the draft, we took Kako, so that'd be a big addition, I guess. Danskier's also up 1 now at 75. Still don't think this team will make the playoffs or anything, but it is cool to see just how all the players grew. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this alumni video. If you guys have any ideas for future teams you want to see, definitely let me know in the comments section. I already have a few ideas for other teams we can do, but I'd love to hear from you guys as well. And other than that, thank you guys as always for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, leave a thumbs up. Also, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, please do that. Have a nice day. Goodbye.